We haven't taken these upstairs yet to process. I just opened this box for the very first time. I had no idea what was in it. This is new lyrics for Streisand. The songs for Dick Tracy. You never know what you're going to find in the loose clippings and things there. We found 2 notes from his next door neighbor, Katharine Hepburn. Stephen Sondheim was arguably the most significant musical theater songwriter, composer, and lyricist of the second half of the 20th century. He changed Broadway. He changed people's expectations of what it could be. He started writing musicals about things that people had never written musicals about before. They were adventurous in a way. They were shocking or unexpected.
You'll be swell. You'll be great.
Let's hear it for the ladies who lunch.
Have to get your wish, doesn't matter how, anyway, it doesn't matter now.
Into the woods to live for the spell.
Into the woods to lose the bogey. I had a dream.
His ability to rhyme and wit, but then to be tender, to be sensitive, to be poetic. He only did the lyrics for West Side Story, but take a song like Maria. The psychology not only of the song itself, but how it functions dramatically in the show. Just before Tony sings that song, Maria's brother tears the lovers apart. Well, when Tony starts singing Maria, Say It Loud, and there's music playing.
Say it loud and there's music playing.
Say it soft and it's almost like praying. It tells the audience immediately the character of his love for her. It really is a deep, passionate love because of that connection. And that's the kind of thing that Sondheim can do brilliantly. And he has to convey things to an audience that they wouldn't necessarily otherwise get.
Isn't it rich?
Are we a pair?
Little Night Music is Sondheim's romantic operetta, basically. Sondheim, he said he wanted it to sound like whipped cream with knives. And I think that gives you a great sense of what that score is like. The Stephen Sondheim Collection includes his lyric and music sketches and manuscripts, his scrapbooks, recordings. Those are the heart of the collection. I've never seen anything quite like it. The amount of detail and effort that goes into virtually every song he writes. These are the lyric sketches for A Little Priest from Sweeney Todd. Along the margins, he starts listing all these professions and types of people that might be baked into the pies. Cook, page, sailor, tailor, actor, farmer, baker, driver, gigolo, crier. Through the margins, I counted over 158 types that might be baked into the pies. And I think most of them never ended up in the song. He's giving himself every possibility of alternatives of which way he can go, where's he going to find a good rhyme. There are lists of rhymes on the other side of the margins. There are 40 pages here of these extraordinary lyric sketches for one of the funniest Act One closings in Broadway history. There are pages of just music sketches, playing with ideas of harmonies or melodies or rhythms or the harmonic progressions of numbers. You just don't see this kind of thing, not only just with musical theater composers, but with classical composers too, the level and depth of sketching that goes on as he's experimenting and thinking through these things. Sondheim, to him, the secret of musical theater was collaboration, and he was passionate about it.
I never heard it sound like this. It's wonderful.
In terms of our collections here in the Music Division of the Library of Congress, there are so many connections between Sondheim. His mentor was Oscar Hammerstein. We have the Hammerstein collection. He actually collaborated with Richard Rodgers on the musical Do I Hear a Waltz? He collaborated with Leonard Bernstein, whose collection we have. This is the letter that Sondheim wrote Lenny for the opening night of West Side Story. This is from our Leonard Bernstein collection. Because of Sondheim, we started getting other collections from his collaborators. So there are wonderful connections. And it's one of the great things about having these collections here is they cross-pollinate and researchers can come here. I sent Sondheim a letter inviting him to come to the library. And he came in May of '93. I brought him out Gershwin's manuscript for Porgy and Bess, and he started to cry. And I think that's when he made the decision that he would in fact leave his manuscripts to the library. And in fact, very shortly after, he wrote me a letter about how moved he'd been and how he'd made that decision. The program for the musical he did in high school, so he's 16 years old. The beginning of the career. It will bring in huge amounts of research and scholarship. It preserves the legacy of such an important, significant figure. I think Sondheim's legacy is to be daring and experimental. I think he gave the people who followed him the courage to do the shows they wanted to do. You can do anything as long as you do it with craft and passion and intellect.